Yo, what's up? It's your boy Sean Carter. And I'm here with.
Coach Lightwork, man. Y'all know where it is, man.
So as y'all know, bro, we've been busy. We've been gone. We've been not only just networking, but we got projects coming out. We got content coming out. Man, we got so much stuff going on top of trying to get on the same scheduling to get y'all more podcast content, man. Uh, so if you still here, you still rocking with us, we thank y'all. We love y'all, man. So let's get into it. First of all, we've been away for a minute. Coach, you want to tell the people what you've been up to?
Oh man, I just been doing doing a lot of content. Working on my t-shirt, the t-shirt line, the clothing and everything. That should be coming out soon. At least the t-shirt portion. And then we're gonna get moved over to like sweatshirts, hoodies, and all that. Um, focusing on myself as an individual, you know what I'm saying? Having that mental break from content, you know what I'm saying, enjoying life, with my child and everything like that. So everything's been good, man. Everything is rocking. How about you, man? What you got going on?
Man, so if y'all don't know, now y'all know. So in 4 months, man, we start production. We start filming for my show, Criminal Sequence. Also, if y'all don't know now, I know now Coach Lightwork will be in the series itself. Um, put them in a different lane, man. The cast is doing great, bro. My production crew, the film crew, everybody working day in and day out to make sure it's the best product possible. No, it will not be on Hulu. No, it will not be on Netflix. No, it will not be on Tubi. You know it's gonna be on? Gonna be on New Motion Network because your boy Shine is getting his own streaming app built.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
So man, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going into, we're gonna go into college football. We're gonna recap the season, basically pros and cons, who disappointed us this season, who surprised us this season, and we're gonna go from there.
Okay. Want to
So that,
start with what you want to
that
start with?
so we about to start with the Oregon State.
Or,
No,
Oregon,
no, Oklahoma State. Yeah,
Oklahoma State. Um,
I don't know why I said Oregon State, but Oklahoma State.
Honestly, they're a disappointment because with Ollie Gordon coming back, everybody thought they had a real shot. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying, to be dominant in the Big 12. And just for him as an individual, I think sometimes you can't get any better.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't get any better. I don't feel like you can really raise your stock. I think he should have left the year before that last year he should have left. But I get it. He wanted to come back. I guess he felt like a lot of us felt that they had a real shot, at um really dominating the Big 12. I think we all believed they had a shot. But once we saw the product they was rolling out, they had poor quarterback play. I mean, the defense wasn't stopping a soul. Dog, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. So they were a disappointment. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever heard the saying "less is more"?
Absolutely.
I think Ollie Gordon tried to do more with more, and I feel like he would have made an impact on the NFL team if he would have left last year.
Correct.
I feel like he would have did more last year. Now, do I think he'd still make an impact? Yes, but would he be a first round pick like he would have been probably last year, or a second round pick like he would have been? No, he probably gonna be fourth, fifth round. He coming back messed his stock up.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely did. But I do think he will be drafted. I think he'll be drafted in a typical running back spot. You know what I'm saying? Like fourth round, like you said, fourth round, fifth round, somewhere where you can get a lot of production for cheap. If he goes third, I wouldn't be surprised. He was that type of running back game changer the year before.
Yeah.
I think he was dealing with some nicks, some injuries and everything like that. So I think he'll be. I think when he gets to the NFL, he'll be productive. But it's just that last year was not it. It was just not it.
Next program, SMU.
Oh, I'm gonna say I'm proud. I'm proud of them. They surprised me. I was not expecting them to go to the ACC in their first year and make a playoff appearance, or at least even make it into the conference championship game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, I think they ran rampant, but what they need to work on is their passing game. You know, when you play these better opponents, you're gonna have to throw the ball, especially when they're stacking the box and different things like that. They fought. Now, let me say this: they did fight to get back into that Clemson game in the conference championship. They
Mm-hmm.
did fight to get back, but at the same time, like when you're fighting out of those type of deficits, it's very hard to keep your energy up because you're trying to you're pushing so hard to catch up, and everything like that. But they went into the playoffs, which was a big surprise. They got into the playoffs and then they got a mud hole stomp in them, you know, and it
When it comes down to SMU, I think everybody needs to take a page out of the Big Ten as far as what they do, right?
mm,
When people bring up NIL and people bring up Ohio State spending 20 million, Ohio State did not spend 20 million in the transfer portal. They spent majority of it retaining the players to come back. Then they went out and they got Caleb Downs, made him
right.
play Bama to Ohio State, and then they went out and got Will Howard and Quinshon Junkins. Everybody else was already a Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing with Ohio State was the seniors coming back, the seniors getting everybody else to buy back in, but the seniors also taking pay cuts to go get a Quinshon Junkins, to go get a Will Howard, to go get a Caleb Downs. To me, Caleb Downs probably cost the most money to get over there.
Okay.
So I think when it comes down to SMU, if I'm SMU probably got, from what I've seen, my own 2 eyes, and I might be wrong. You can help me with that. They probably got like 3 people that's probably gonna get drafted, if that.
Well,
And it's mainly probably linemen.
shoot. Let I don't know the roster right offhand. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Football roster real
I
quick.
think a lot of them are sophomores.
They got because Kevin Jennings, I believe he's returning. He's a sophomore. So he's returning, the quarterback. And then the O line,
Talk
most of them are returning too. So
and quick note, if people don't know this, Kevin Jennings is now working out with Shedeur and shit, Cam Ward and their QB coach.
oh well, shit, he had a hell of a shot in improving. But the thing is that it's just like how he uses his legs. He has to use his arm the same way. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because you don't. One thing I criticized like a Jalen Milroe for was him not running because he wanted to prove to people that he could throw the football.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to know when to run. Like it's okay. So just like
So,
with Milroe, you got to learn how to he got to learn when to throw the ball.
so it took me a while to fill out a Jalen Miro NFL comparison. You know who they remind me of when it comes down to certain games? They overthink the game. He remind me of
Ooh.
Lamar Jackson. Because Lamar know for a fact he can run and he throw when he know he need to run. And he overthinks certain things.
Yeah,
Like
that's a great comparison.
Jalen Miro does the same thing. Now, to me, do I think Jalen Miro need to come back? Yes. But they got him scouted and they still got him as the first round quarterback. They still got him going at the end of the first round.
Hell no.
Mel Kiper got him onto the Steelers.
Hell no.
Fuck
Hell no. I'm serious. If Milroe goes anywhere, I'm not gonna lie. I will go to somewhere like if I wanna play a certain way, I would love to go to Baltimore, and I'll be Lamar's backup, and I can learn from Lamar to learn how to use my legs, when to use my legs, and everything like that. But I wouldn't take him high though. I wouldn't take him high.
Or Buffalo. Learn behind Josh
Yeah,
Allen because
like
he learned how to throw the ball.
him backing up guys like that could work, or like well that'll be it. I think it'd be Allen and Lamar.
I say, the only people I can really trust with him, like learning from anyway.
Yeah, so he can learn the
But
system, and then he can be a good trade piece after, in the future.
next team up, Liberty. What's your thoughts on Liberty? What do Liberty needs? What do you think went wrong with Liberty? Because I know going into the season, Liberty was on a lot of people scales, and then they just failed.
They crumbled. They crumbled. They I think who they lose to? Kennesaw. I think it was Kennesaw State.
That
They lost to Kennesaw.
that was bad.
It was terrible. It was horrible, and I think that's what really knocked them out of um them
Rankings and
getting into
stuff.
the playoffs. You know, once they lost to Kennesaw, it was like they're not real. Because you got to understand, the group of five is not allowed any mistakes unless they lose to a ranked, like a big time opponent. Like when Boise lost to Oregon, it was a big time opponent, and they played Oregon close. You know what I'm saying? So once Liberty lost to Kennesaw State, man, it was like, really? Like, ugh. And then the fact that they lost their quarterback, he went to Colorado. I mean, they need to reload. I don't say rebuild, because college, you can't rebuild. I don't feel like you can rebuild in college. I think you just really has to get the players, and for that 1 year, you have that one shot with that one group of players. Because after that, man, your team could be totally different the following year. So they just need to reload talent wise. I don't know who they have coming in as quarterback. I'll have to look that up, but as of right now, that's what they need. They need a quarterback for sure.
All right, last group of 5 team, Boise State. I think they done for it, but
I think once Boise lost in the playoffs, had a great run, had a Heisman Trophy finalist. With them, do you stick with the same formula? Can you find another Ashton Genty? Can you find another? I believe the backup has already transferred. I think he went to UTEP, if I'm not mistaken. So what is the game plan moving forward? Because I think every year, like I said, every year your team is going to change. So you may become more of a passing team next year.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. But I think they had a hell of a run, and they just need to make the decision on where they're going to go offensively. Where they're going to go offensively. Defense, I think they played pretty really good. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know how many guys are leaving the team, so I'll have to probably look at the transfer portal and the NFL draft. But they just gotta reload, as most teams do. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's get to these Power Fours. Iowa State.
Oh, big surprise. They surprised me. I like what I saw. Shout out to my boy Lee Stalker. He coaches over there. I was surprised. I was really surprised. I was not expecting them to be at the top. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the preseason rankings had them maybe somewhere in like the bottom. Like I believe them in Colorado and
it was them, Colorado, BYU, and Arizona State at the bottom.
Yeah, like all of them was at the bottom, and they flipped the conference. They flipped the conference. So they were a big surprise. What's the quarterback name? Betch.
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
If it's longer than 5 letters, don't know.
Iowa State quarterback. Oh, Rocco Betch was really good. He really led them. You know what I'm saying? Into the, but he tried to lead them into the playoffs. Got to the conference championship, and when he got knocked out, I knew it was over for Iowa State. Like when he got knocked out, I was like, yeah, it's all bad.
Back got knocked out again.
Right. So I like what I saw out of him though.
At least he can take a hit.
Yeah, hell yeah, he can take a god shit. he got hit, man. He got up. He wanted to come back into the game, but they was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
What do you think Iowa State will need for next year to keep that momentum going, to be back at the top of the Big 12 and go back try to make a playoff run?
Is Rocco coming back? I think Rocco's coming back. So if Rocco's
I
coming
think
back, then
Rocco was a freshman. If I'm not mistaken, they listed him as a freshman when we watched that Arizona State Iowa State game. He was a freshman.
Oh no, he's a redshirt junior.
Okay.
So I think he is.
I think he's coming back.
Yeah, I think he's coming back. I'm pretty sure he's coming back. Really, it's the defense. They need to work on their defense, get that solidified. Because when you have a good quarterback, you can really put a lot of pieces around him, and he could be successful. But with Rocco coming back, solidifying that defense, I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be okay to be back at the top of the Big 12. So I think they'll be okay.
Arizona State.
Whew. You got to replace Cam Scatterboo. Sam Levitt is a hell of a quarterback. And they surprised me too. I ain't gonna front. They surprised me too. But you got to replace Cam Scatterboo.
If I was Arizona, you know what I would have did?
What?
I would have went after one of the Penn State running backs. I would have offered them a bag.
Yeah. I would have went after Singleton and what's the other guy name? Singleton and
Spiller or hold on. I know you're talking about because they had 1-2 punch.
Yeah, so I would have got one of them, or I could. I mean, you could go anywhere and get a running back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you want to talk about
a lot of special running backs out there.
It is, and a lot of them don't get recognition. Do I think Arizona State gonna make a splash at a running back? I think so. I think they're gonna try to. I think they're gonna throw some bread at some people and see who bites and who comes. They got one hell of a receiving core.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, they're probably going to become more of a passing team next year. Like, really give Sam the keys and let him go. You know what I'm saying? Let him go.
My thing with Arizona State is, can you keep the fire going without Scatterboo? That's gonna be the question.
If they start winning games, they're winning games, they can keep it going. Like, however they start off the season is what's going to take them throughout. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think they have a very good thing in Sam Levitt. I think he's the future. I think he'll be one of the guys that we're talking about next year. So yeah.
BYU.
The coach did a hell of a job. He did an amazing job. What is? Let me see.
There's some dogs over there.
Because I always mess up his name. Kalani Satake.
Okay.
You know, he did a hell of a job. He did a hell of a job this year. I know they lost to they beat Utah. Who they end up losing to?
They lost to Kansas and they lost to Iowa State.
That's two teams they lost to?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Iowa State or Arizona State. They lost to one of them, but I know they lost to one of them.
Because they lost to Kansas State, not Kansas State, Kansas, when Kansas went on that roll and they were just beating ranked teams. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But outside of that, man, they had a hell of a running game. I think they had like three fullbacks that was really good. The quarterback, let me get his name because he did well too. Get his name real quick, just so I can make sure I'm showing him some respect. Trayson Bouguet. I don't know how to say his name.
BYU got some dogs.
Yeah, they got some dogs, man. BYU's in Utah. Like, why would I want to go to Utah?
Didn't know that until now.
Right. Yeah, man. BYU's like in Utah or something. But he played well. Um, so he did his thing, man. He did his thing.
And I'm glad you said something about Utah because the next team up is Utah.
Uh, Cam Rising need to take his ass home. I'm sorry. Cam Rising don't need another year in college football.
I
Okay.
think he getting hurt on purpose now.
I'm
I
I'm
really think he getting hurt on purpose. He going home and stamp his toe talking about, hey, I broke my toe. I can't play this week.
I am sick of seeing him.
You know the best Utah team that they had. If I'm not mistaken, it was like what 3-4 years ago when they had Tavion Thomas. I think the middle linebacker was it N'Kobe Dean? No, not N'Kobe Dean. It was he got drafted and he played for the Jags. His last name is Dean though. Damn, he played middle linebacker. He got drafted by the Jaguars in I think the 3rd round.
Shit, the hell, no, I have to look that up.
But you had Cam Rising because Cam Rising was a backup and he won a position. Then you had Tavion Thomas, which would have been drafted if he never came back. He came back, got a domestic violence charge, and yeah, no team was fucking with him after that. Then you had his last name is Dean, dog. And it's really bugging the fuck out of me because I don't know his first name, but I know his last name. But,
and I want to make a correction too. It wasn't Trayson. It was Jake Ritzliff for BYU quarterback. That was my fault.
Bro, these last names is getting out of hand.
Yo, what? Bro.
but to me, that was the best Utah team that I seen with my own eyes. You had 2 premier backs in Tavion Thomas and damn, I forgot the other running back's name. You had Cam Rising, which won the starting position because he was a backup. You had their defense was crazy. If I'm not mistaken, this is before they went to the they expanded the playoffs, which is 4 teams at the time. They went and almost clinched and lost. If I'm not mistaken, they lost to I think they lost to Texas. No. They lost and we're going to a bowl game. They ended up losing to Ohio State in the bowl game.
Oh,
I think it was the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
they lost to Ohio State.
Yeah, when they put that running back at corner. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because my high school classmate Tavion Thomas was the running back of Utah.
Yeah, I mean, like, man, Utah was at the top of the Big 12, right? Yeah, the top of the Big. We thought Utah was going to run through the Big 12. Yeah, I know. I thought that. I thought they had a real good shot at running through the Big 12.
Utah was never on my top 3 list.
Once Cam Rising went down, then they played. I think it was Arizona. Matter of fact, Arizona State. Mm-hmm. They played Arizona State, and Cam Scatterboo went out there and ran all over them. That's when I knew, like, Utah wasn't the same. And then I think Utah played Colorado and got crushed, and then it was just bad. It was just downhill.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, when they played Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Will Shepherd actually had one of those games, and I think he lit him up for almost 200 yards, and he had 3 tuds.
Okay, yeah.
Will went off in that game.
Yeah, but Cam Rising needs to go sell insurance, and they need to reload. And I believe Zach Wilson's brother, he was the starter for most of the year once Cam went down, but I think he entered the transfer portal, if I'm not mistaken.
That was dumb.
He might have. I'm just
if he did, that was dumb.
Let me see.
Certain players think their value is higher than what it is.
Yeah.
Until you get a reality check, next thing you know, you at a D2 school trying to make a damn name for yourself again.
Oh no, he's staying at Utah. He's staying at Utah. He did put his name in the portal, but he's gonna go back to Utah. So nobody wanted him.
Last team from the Big 12, Colorado.
Man, look, Colorado do not need to try to find another shedeur and another Travis because they already have a
Dogs.
they already got dogs there. They for one, they surprised me. I didn't think they would win 9 games. I think I had them at like 7. I think I had them at 7. But they won 9 games, and I'm
Yeah,
proud of that.
I don't win in 10 because they should have beat Kansas State, but we know how that shit went.
They should have beat. I mean, if you want to be completely honest, they should have beat Kansas State. They shouldn't have been struggling with Kansas. I mean, that's a
When they
11.
play Kansas, I think they were just feeling themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Kansas State got lucky because Travis got hurt, Jimmy Horn got hurt. If I'm not mistaken, Will got hurt. Also, I think the only receiver he had was LaJonte. I think that's when LaJonte started to.
right, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, you're looking at 11 games. You know what I'm saying? That's 11 wins right there. I mean, hell, if they wouldn't have they play like trash against Nebraska, so they lost that one. But
Potentially, she only lost one game, to be
yeah,
honest.
they should only lost one game. But at the end of the day, they reloaded on talent. What they need to do is get better on the offensive line.
Yeah.
They need to get better. Defensively, I think since we play in a wide open league, you can get some smaller linebackers that can really hit, but also can play coverage. Because where Bentley and Hill Green got exposed at was in man coverage.
Mm-hmm.
They got exposed. They're more like old school linebackers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're old school linebackers. They're not able to just run out there and be able to cover. They can stop the run because as we saw, they were filling holes, filling gaps, and everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the wide open passing game, they struggled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They struggled. So and Hill Green then went to Alabama, which I believe was the worst move for him because I don't believe he's the SEC caliber linebacker that he may think he is. And then I think Bentley is going off to the league, right? Bentley.
Yeah, they got him. They got him scouted in the 3rd round.
Yeah, so we shall see. But
they got him. They got him scouted in the 3rd round. Shane Cokes. They got him. They got him going in the. They got him going in the 6th. They don't have not one. The Colorado players that enter the draft, they don't have none of them going undrafted. They got them all going. They got them all getting drafted.
Right. So
because the first Colorado receiver they actually got getting drafted is LaJonte Webster.
Right.
Which I think, which realistically, I think will go ahead of him because they keep calling him Baby Mike Evans.
That's what I call him. That's his new name. But
them trying practices, boy, he making them look.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. But with Colorado, man, they just need to reload.
I love what they did. They brought in Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
They Warren Sapp is controlling the whole defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
The O-line coach left, which is good because it like he didn't want to. It like I don't know why, but his demeanor like he didn't want to be there. They brought in he got his own pocket. I think it's like name like McCussy or something like that. But he played with Colorado. He went to the league. He played both sides of the ball in the league as a D lineman and also O lineman. He's coming in as a O line coach. I think Colorado gonna be perfectly fucking fine actually. Now the question would be who the starting quarterback will be.
Salter.
Now I'm with you on that one. I think Salter is more dynamic at the moment. I think he's more seasoned. I think he's ready. If Juju agreed to sit a year, hey, all kudos to you. I'm proud.
I think that's what he agreed to. I think they have an understanding because look,
Salter's ready.
Yeah, he's ready now. And Juju, you're like you got some time. And I think where they're selling Juju is like, look, you could be the guy for the next 4 years. The city loves you. You know what I'm saying? They brought the city out for you. So for the next 4 years, you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? Or the next 3 years, you're that guy. Um, I think Salter right now, I think everything is just in his favor. Being the vet, being able to help and groom Juju to take over, you know.
And as far as upcoming receivers, I think Omarion Miller gonna be on everybody's radar next year because I think he's probably gonna be the best receiver that's eligible for the draft. Because we know Jeremiah Smith not eligible yet, Ryan Williams because they're gonna be sophomores. But if you talking about that class, I think Omarion Miller probably would be the best receiver in college next year that's available for the draft.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can
And
definitely see that.
McKinney, he took his name out the draft. He's back.
I mean, I don't think he should have went anyway. I think he needs to go come back and prove himself.
I mean,
Like,
they had he had a fourth round grade.
yeah, but like what we're trying to do. I mean, every future draft pick is trying to do is trying to get into that first round.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? First round or that top half of the second round.
yeah,
That's where you want your grade to be. You know what I'm saying? And you go from there because you want to get paid at least.
yeah. So now we're about to move to the quote unquote dominant division, the SEC. So we're gonna start off Bama.
Disappointment. Disappointing, especially after the Georgia win.
Yeah,
Especially after the Georgia
beat
win.
beat Georgia, gonna lose to Vandy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was disappointing. And then looking at the program not be a Nick Saban program was just different. It
Yeah,
was hard to watch. Milrow had up and down.
he started off
Um
hot.
Started off hot, man. Started off smoking. Was in the Heisman trophy talks. But after that Vandy loss, um things cooled down. Then I think they lost to Tennessee, which wasn't a bad loss. Wasn't a bad loss at all. I
No,
think they lost by a touchdown. So, that was okay. But when that Oklahoma loss, oh my
the Tennessee loss was more so of Jalen Miro overthinking.
yeah, yeah. But even with that being said, Tennessee was a very good football team this year.
Yeah,
But
they
when
need a new quarterback, but yeah,
Oklahoma when they play Oklahoma, it was bad. And Oklahoma just ran the ball down their throats. It just didn't look right. And then the
I
fact that
I I
they
sat
went
here
to the
and told
bowl
you
game is
when
just
you was
terrible
going through.
too.
I sat here and told you when you was going through Bama's schedule. I said if I'm Bama, Jalen Miro gonna have to play a Superman performance because you're about to go to Oklahoma. I don't see them winning that game. And you looked at me like I was fucking crazy, and I was like, I bet you any amount of money that Oklahoma's gonna upset Bama.
It was a trap game. Yeah, it was a trap game. It was a trap. Um, yeah, it was a trap game. And then I think the Michigan game just started off bad and they couldn't recover. They even though they had a chance to still win the game at the end, they just couldn't recover. So
This year was the year of the Big Ten because bull SEC bull. I know they had their hands full.
yeah.
Talking about having their hands full. Let's talk about Texas.
Um, I think Texas got the best situation. And here's why I say it. They have the best situation because now your Quinn Ewers possibly that era is over. Regardless
Yeah,
if he goes to the league or I think he declared, right? He declared to go to the league, right?
yeah, he declared,
Okay. He's going off to the league or whatever he's doing. He's doing that.
which is dumb. I hate to
Um,
come back, but you know,
you got a quarterback that had some playing time, that had some success in Arch Manning, who will give you another dimension of offense because he can run the ball.
that's
They're gonna reload on wide receivers. Guys are gonna.
I think they lost. They
I
lost
think
what
they lost Bowden and Bond. They lost both of them.
because Bond went to if I'm talking about I'm not talking about draft. I'm talking about transfer portal. They lost receivers to the portal
They
because I
they
know
might have, but I'm just saying.
Golden and Bond declared for the draft
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Texas transfer portal.
because they lost somebody to the portal.
All right. Let's see. They got oh, they lost a tight end to Texas A&M, and then they lost Jonte Cook to Washington, where he got kicked off of Washington. So that really don't count. But they didn't pick up any receivers yet. I don't see. But we'll see though. Like, cause you'll never know. By the time season starts, they probably have a loaded wide receiver room. But with Arch Manning,
you
them
got
reloading
Blue.
on defense.
Hey, Blue was eating Ohio State up. No, was it Tennessee or was it
No,
Texas?
Clemson. They were eating Cleveland eating Clemson up.
No. The running back Blue. Was it Tennessee?
Yeah, it was Clemson.
No, I'm talking about when they played Ohio State.
They didn't.
The running back, his last name is Blue, and he kept doing that same fucking pill out fade route, and he was turning our corner ass up.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, but I think he's dynamic. But him and Arch, I think you have something good there. You know, you always reload on talent at Texas, so they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Ole Miss.
I mean, Ole Miss got let me tell you something. The backup from Ole Miss, I think his name is Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's different. He is different. Okay, I thought they were going to roll with him against Georgia because Jackson Dart got hurt or was hurt. But he's surgical. He is surgical.
I love him.
Ole Miss always going to reload on talent because they're able to afford it. They make promises to these players. And
Ole Miss got money, dog. They Jews with money. They be stingy, but Ole Miss got money.
Hey, they probably do. But what I'm saying is that they're going to get everybody there.
Yeah.
They get them there. So they're going to reload and they'll be fine. They'll be fine too. But like I said, they're going to reload on talent.
Last but not least, Georgia.
Georgia really needs, well, I ain't gonna say they need a quarterback, but they need to know who is Gunnar Stockton. Who is he? You know, who is this kid that led us in the second half against Texas, but lost when we played Notre Dame? Like, now don't get me wrong, he put the ball on the money in that Notre Dame game. The wide receiver was just dropping the ball. So I don't know really what to say about that. But I think they'll be good. You know, Georgia always reloads on talent.
ETN isn't it? Did he declare?
No, he's coming back.
Okay,
he's coming back.
So now,
but like I said, like they'll reload. They'll reload on talent.
So now I got two more teams. Miami Hurricanes.
Surprise! I'm surprised. I was surprised by how good they were. Defense was trash. Offense was amazing. And they went with the outscoring method. When they had to fight back, they fought back. Losing to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech. They lost to Georgia Tech.
Well, Georgia Tech got it hard on for ranked teams. Well, I swear
and Syracuse. When they lost those two games, it was just a shot to the gut. And it was at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? It was at the end of the season. So that was tough. And then they play in the ACC. So they're not respected already. You know, they're not respected. So, but team-wise, they were very good on offense, had a ton of weapons. Defensively, they needed work. And they held teams when they needed to hold them, but they could have been a lot better. They could have been a lot better. They could have been in the playoffs. And I think a lot of people was willing to see them in the playoffs than some of the other teams. So
Notre Dame.
Ooh, Notre Dame lost a lot. Okay, they lost a lot from the coaching staff to the players. What Marcus Freeman can do. Number one, got to get a quarterback. No matter what it is, you got to get a quarterback. You got to find the quarterback, transfer portal.
You got Riley Leonard?
He's gone.
He transferred?
No, he's gone. He's gone.
I thought they say he was a junior.
Hell, he gone, bro. He out of there. He's out of there. You know, and they got like I said, they gotta find a quarterback. Um, and they gotta find because they got Jeremiah Love at running back. But defensively, I think their cornerback declared for the league.
You talking about Jordan Clark?
No, Ryan.
He declared too.
Clark did.
Ryan Clarkson.
I don't know why. I really don't know why.
He was a senior.
But
he was a senior.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it right now. I don't see it. But they got to reload. Coaching staff, they got to find a quarterback. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Defensively, I think they bring some people back. Offensively, I know some guys that hit. Well, I know 3 of the offensive linemen that hit the transfer portal, and Riley's gone. So yeah, they just need to find a quarterback, man. They need to find a quarterback and reload the coaching staff.
Talk about quarterbacks. Nebraska.
Talking about Pat Mahomes Jr.
Hey, the one.
I'm so sick of that motherfucker, bro. I'm so sick of him, dog. Like,
but if you at Kansas State, you will love it,
bro. Shut up. Well, every time I look at him, dog, all I see is Pat Mahomes, bro. I see a miniature Pat Mahomes, dog. Can you be yourself?
Hey, when Pat went to the Super Bowl, his parents told him like, "Hey, dog, look, we're gonna stay in the house to the Super Bowl. Where you can get your ass whooped outside."
Dog,
they gonna tell Pat Mahomes like, "Hey, we can't get you, but we're gonna get your clone."
Bro, like he's just everywhere, dog. Everywhere. But I think they got a good. I think they're pretty good. I think they're solidified at quarterback with him. I think for the next at least 2 years, you know, he's gonna improve and get better.
You know how mad I would be if he entered the draft and the Chiefs draft him.
Well, what year would that put Pat Mahomes at? That would put it Pat at.
But granted, Pat got what, 3 MVPs or 2?
No. Pat
won MVP twice. I know for a fact.
Hold on. Let's look it up.
Because if he win the Super Bowl, he got 4 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs. He got a passing leader. If I'm Pat, if you Pat, do you retire?
No.
You still young. You won a lot. You basically keep your body intact. You go live life.
So he got 2 MVPs. I mean,
if he win the Super Bowl, he got 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he got 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So, I mean,
one of them should have been Travis Kelce's, but we'll talk about it in a later day. But you know,
keeping it a bean, he won't get drafted to the Chiefs.
No, but I'm saying, I think you know how crazy it would be if he did.
Huh?
I see. You want to know how crazy it would be if Dylan Raiola got drafted to the Chiefs? Now everybody got to deal with a fucking Pat Mahomes 2.0.
It wouldn't be crazy because Pat would still be there.
My point, like, you get to learn under your old daddy.
Shut the fuck. I ain't messing with you, dog. But yeah, he might be the top quarterback taken in what, 2 years? 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
You know?
The team up north.
The fuck? What the hell? Who is the team up north, brother? Michigan. Oh, Michigan. Michigan. They solidified that quarterback. For the next 4 years, they're solidified. So with Bryce Underwood. If
Bryce Underwood become a buzz, would that be like one of the biggest stories? That they pay all that money. If he turns out to be horrible, would that be a top story that they spent all that money and he turns out to be?
Absolutely. If he doesn't come in and be decent, and I'm talking about like having like a Dylan Raiola type of year. If he don't come in and have that type of year, he'll be called the biggest bust ever.
Okay.
Michigan is already going to be reloaded on defense.
They got replacing people like Will Johnson. Will Johnson, Donovan Edwards. They got to replace some people.
Yeah, they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him. I mean, they got a billionaire backing them. So they'll figure it out. But offensively, everything runs through Bryce. Everything runs through Bryce. So that's just what it is.
Offense win games, defense win championships. Talking about defense, let's talk about Penn State. They went out and stole Jim Knowles from Ohio State as a defense coordinator. They somehow, some way, retained both of their running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State, their seniors that could have been drafted this year, all decided to come back. What do you think the method is with what Michigan did last year, what Ohio State did this year, and what Penn State plan to do next year?
The taste of success. When you have dogs that are willing to come back and run it back, you got a real shot. They tasted success. They were a game away. You got to think about it. They were a game away from playing Ohio State again.
The biggest loss would be Abdul Carter. That boy, listen.
Right. Like they were a game away. And they literally had Michael Parsons 2.0.
Question is, who's gonna be number 11 next year? Because listen, it's that jersey number is powerful, though.
I'm gonna tell you something. The person I would have went after, I would have talked to some of my players to reach out to him, would have been Dylan Stewart from South Carolina.
I was waiting for that name to pop up.
That's who I would have reached out to.
And the fact that nobody is throwing bread at him to come to like a Oregon, Ohio State, a Michigan, a fucking
I would have threw the house at his ass.
Well, Kent State ain't get that much money to throw at
him. Hey man, chill out. Chill out, bro. We don't do that. Okay, don't do that. All right, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
Nah, but Dylan for sure. Or Penn State gonna be I get credit with credit. Penn State gonna be nice. I probably say the biggest thing they gonna have is Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Cause we got game managers for offense and defense, but we got game. He was a game changer. Cause even when he was double, he was getting through.
Yeah, he's a game wrecker now. He's a game wrecker now.
And they got him. Well, right now in the mock draft, they got him going to the Patriots.
Man, he could go number 1. If Tennessee really feel like they got a quarterback of the future, he can go number 1.
But see, that's what Mel Kiper is stuck on, because it's like he was like, I think you give Will Levis another year, and you built that defense. You really need edge rushers.
Yeah,
and they said, but you also need receivers. So they like, the best prospects is either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter.
That shit just tough. It's just a tough thing.
So we sit here, we talk about quarterbacks. We sit here, we talk about complete teams. Let's talk about the Oregon Ducks.
I mean, they got Dante Moore. They're fine. They got an unlimited collective. They're fine.
Unlimited. Remember, they get New Jersey every game.
They got the money. Like they'll be able to pay any player.
They got Nike.
They got a good. I think they got a number 1 corner and the number 1 receiver going to Oregon as well. Bro, they're fine. They're fine.
If Oregon have a bad year next year, it's a disappointment.
Yeah, but I don't think they will. I'm just saying.
But granted, it's a football season. Anything happen? Injuries, season-ending.
Yeah.
Injuries,
but even
anything happen. So I always put a what if on it because we don't know the future. So do I think they're gonna have a bad season? No. Do I think they're gonna have undefeated season like they did this year? No. Because I think USC gonna re-up. I think they got Penn State on their schedule this year, and they also got
I think they go to Ohio State
here too.
Yeah, I think they go to the shoe.
Yeah, talking about the shoe, national champs.
Oh my god, bro! All right, bro.
Hey, I love that red though. You think I peeked? I love that red. You know what it was. You know what it is. You woke up and you feel really Ohio State-ish today. I know it.
I'll burn this goddamn red. You understand me? I'll burn it.
Ohio State beat Notre Dame in a national championship game. Ohio State was their inaugural 14 playoff champion, and they are their inaugural 12-team playoff champion. When the seeding came out, and I heard you say this, so I'm a quote you. So I misquote you. Just say something. When the seeding came out, the final seeding, they seeded the 4 teams that got buys, and they start seeding. when Ohio State fell where they fell, I said they about to run through this shit. I know a lot of people said they're gonna lose to Tennessee. Then they beat Tennessee's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Then a lot of people said that Oregon gonna tap that ass again. Ohio, they didn't tap that ass the first time. Like people keep forgetting they won by one. Like
Right.
Oregon got the shit beat out of them.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest opponent they had to me was Texas.
Right.
Notre Dame really didn't have a shot because in the beginning of the game, the best plays they had, Riley Leonard was tired before the end of the second quarter.
Right.
You ran your quarterback in the ground before halftime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you had went live and they was showing the bracket and they was showing everybody, your friend from Tennessee said we wanted Ohio State. No, the fuck y'all didn't.
No.
I don't give a fuck who you is, what team you. No, you didn't. No. Your best bet was Arizona State. Your best bet was Georgia. Your best bet was Notre Dame, and probably Penn State. Nobody in their right mind or their left mind wanted Ohio State in the first round. They just lost to Michigan. You didn't want to, bro. They took their anger out on the first two rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so for people to sit here and say, for Tennessee, I'm gonna start with Tennessee. For Tennessee people to say, "Oh, we wanted Ohio State," no, you didn't. Y'all was that motherfucking kicking shit. Y'all, if I'm Oregon, I'm pissed. My reward for being the number one seed is Ohio State.
Right.
If I'm Oregon, I'm pissed. Like, and that's just like who was it? Nick Saban said the same thing. He said, if I'm Oregon, I'm sending a letter to the college football committee. My reward for being the best team is Ohio State. Not just Ohio State, a pissed off Ohio State team.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, Georgia basically had a cakewalk and they lost to Notre Dame.
Yep.
Like, to me, when they do this bracket, it really needs to be some evaluation how they do it. Like, it should be the top 12 teams rated regardless. I don't give a fuck if you in your conference or not. If you're not top 12 rated, then you're not getting in. But people believe differently. And that bye week shit is too damn long. It's like 3 weeks before they play each other.
Yeah, they gotta figure out something else because there's no way the national championship game should be played January 20th. There's just no way. Yeah, you got to figure that out. But congrats to Ohio State. They balled out after that Michigan loss. They balled out. They did not take any prisoners. They didn't take anything lightly. They dominated the run game, the passing game. They did it in different facets. And then when the defense had to step up, they stepped up. So ain't much I can say about that, man.
What I love about Ohio State, especially when game to the playoff time, you really seen Quinshon Junkins and Tavion Henderson basically go back and forth like, hey, how about I'm gonna score? I'm gonna score. How about you up me one? Then I'm up you two. Then it's like, but Tavion Henderson fast as shit.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that fast. I didn't know he was that fast.
First of all, I'm a Texas is dumb as hell because you did a cover zero, and everybody knew Ohio State was about to run the screen.
Right.
And got your ass
for one, they shouldn't have blitzed them. They shouldn't have blitzed them at all. You should just play prevent and went into the halftime. But when you get greedy, this is what happens. When you get greedy, when you want to try to set the tone or whatever, this is what happens. So
to me, the team that could have upset Ohio State could have been Texas. I don't know why dude jumped and caught the ball. He didn't need to jump to catch it. Also, it was like little, like the referees need to let them play. Like the little ass point and shit when you point at somebody, like I'm not throwing my flag for that shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, bro, there's a time and place for it. Right then and there is not it.
But you got passionate people, dog.
I'm sorry. Yeah, passionate people, I get it, but that right there, like if you'd have just did the first down thing and went like that, cool. But pointing at Caleb Downs and all, like, come on, bro. Like, we losing. We ain't winning, we losing. You know what I'm saying? So let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, but hey,
So
it's just football.
so now I talk about more football. Now we talk about the NFL season recap. We're gonna talk about teams that we disappointed in, but we also want to put our GM hats on for our Pacific teams that we love, which is Broncos and Steelers. Uh, NFL recap: what team disappointed you the most as far as record wise, or didn't make it, or just overall just disappointment? And I'm pretty sure we probably got the same team in mind.
Disappointing. Uh, Disappointing is Jacksonville Jaguars. They were disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, I really had faith that Trevor Lawrence was gonna kind of take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't. He didn't at all. And then with their injuries and everything like that, it was just a bad year for them. It was just a bad year for them. Another disappointing team
The Jets.
was the Jets. Very, very disappointing. Aaron Rodgers out there blaming everybody else except taking the blame. Them going out and getting Devontae Adams didn't do anything for him. Didn't change the game for him. Really, they need to cut their losses. They need to cut their losses, move on from Rodgers, and just rebuild, just start over. And one more team that was disappointing.
Atlanta.
And they're more so disappointing due to the fact of Kirk Cousins. Y'all paid him all that money, and he just comes in and lays the egg. You know, so I think that was the three biggest team. Well, the three teams that were the biggest disappointments.
So I went to a 2 of the 3. So for me, it was the Jets, Atlanta, Indianapolis Colts.
All right, okay. Are you disappointed in the Colts or are you disappointed in AR-15?
AR-15 and Taylor.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor. So for me, the Colts did a lot in the offseason to not because it was this big ass hype, Anthony Richardson got more muscle. He also got his cardio together. Then Jonathan Taylor, he's been in the lab. He's been doing this. They also went and drafted all these linemen, picked up linemen, went and made moves, got their secondary up the track. Ain't did a damn thing.
Right.
You fire your coach, but your team is the problem. My thing is a coach can only do so fucking much. And I hate the fact that every time something happens, a coach is the scapegoat. No, you paying these motherfuckers millions of dollars to produce, and they're not producing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's not a coaching thing. Once you get on the field, the coach ain't playing. The coach don't got helmet and pads on. Anthony Richardson quit on his team. I don't give a fuck about him being tired, bro. You getting paid millions of dollars to be in shape, dog. You tired? Take a fucking nap when you get home.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I think that was a bad look, and I think with that right there, they need to move on from him. They need to go ahead and.
Do I think they will? No, because you got teams that want him.
He has one more year.
Yes,
I'm gonna keep it a bean. He has one more year. After that year, if he don't prove or show anything, he's out of there.
They disappointed me because on paper they probably had the fourth best team in the AFC on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, disappointing season.
Yeah, very disappointed.
Atlanta, I was not a fan of Kirko coming to Atlanta in the first fucking place. My Zach words was, I would draft Penix, I would pick up Justin Fields.
Well, that's what we thought they were going to do. We thought they were going to do that, but when they went out and signed Kirk Cousins for all that money, I was like,
whoever his agent is deserve an Oscar.
Man, what? Goddamn, man, what? Kurt better never leave him. If I hear Kirk Cousins firing him, I'm hiring him.
Kirk, and he needs to be his divorce attorney too. Listen,
Facts.
gonna make some bread.
Facts.
But Now we're gonna get to the teams I think gonna be a surprise next season. We're gonna pick two teams who we think gonna be a surprise next season. For me, the Panthers.
They'll be a lot better. Yeah.
I think Bryce Young got his mojo.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe the Panthers gonna trade up in the draft.
And get who?
I think Adul Carter would be a Panther.
But they do need a pass rusher.
Because I think they got the fourth or fifth pick. I think they trade up and get Adul Carter.
I can see that.
Or they stay put and get T Mac from Arizona or Luther Burton from Missouri. So they also need a receiver to go with Leggett.
Okay, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Give Bryce more weapons. I see it.
And then my second team will be the Raiders.
The Raiders?
Yeah, the Raiders be the second to me will be the second team I think will have a big improvement.
Okay.
Because it's kind of up in the air on because Tom Brady's basically making the decisions. It was Tom Brady's decision to bring Pete Carroll, which I thought was a solid fucking choice.
Right.
It was Tom Brady's decision to fire Alex Pierce, which I thought was in a sense kind of dumb because he didn't have shit to work with besides Max Crosby. But now, if Cam and Shedeur are still on the board when the Raiders pick, that's if they don't trade up. Who do you get? Because it's talks that the Raiders is in talks to try to jump the Giants to get Shedeur, which I think Shedeur would be more of a set because he trained with Brady.
Yeah, I think they will go get Shedeur. People got Cam going first, so I mean the best quarterback on the board is Shedeur.
They got Cam going first, but here's the thing though: what is the Titans going to do? Because you can go get Travis Hunter because you need a receiver and you also need a corner. You can go get Adul Carter because you need an edge rusher. But the real question: do you really need a quarterback? To me, no, you don't. Because Will Levis wasn't bad last year. You know what was bad? Your right fucking tackle. Your right tackle was horrible. Your right tackle led the league in fucking jumps. He led the league in penalties. He led the league in holding calls. Your right tackle was ass.
Right.
You can address the right tackle. There's a lot of right tackles in the draft. But the thing you need the most, which is you'll need for the last 3 fucking years, was a fucking edge rusher.
I agree.
Adul Carter, outside of Travis, is the best prospect in this draft. If Travis was not in this draft class, Travis I'm going back to Colorado for my last year. Adul Carter be the number 1 pick in the draft, hands down.
Yeah, no debating. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Totally agree with you on that.
So, what's your 2 teams that you think would be improved?
Improved. 2 teams that'll be improved will be Atlanta. They'll be most improved. Michael Penix, I believe, is going to be a young star. And you said Carolina, so I'm gonna go somewhere different. I'm gonna say, trying to think. The Bears. I think the Bears will be most
with Ben Johnson.
With Ben Johnson, I think Caleb Williams will have, since he has that year under his feet, under his legs, and everything like that, under his belt. Excuse me. I think he'll be ready to break out of that, have that breakout season.
But here's the thing, though: the Bears wasn't bad. They just didn't know how to close fucking games.
Right, that's what I'm saying. With Ben Johnson being in the situations he's been in, outside of that trick play that he had JMO throw the ball, which was a bad trick play. I think with his offensive mind, I think the Bears will be great. Will be.
I do think the Bears probably gonna draft a receiver because I do think what the fuck his name?
Keenan Allen.
I think Keenan Allen go.
Okay.
I also think Caleb Williams go back to 13 because I think he takes that number back. I think Keenan Allen goes to either he go back to the Chargers, which he should never fucking left in the first place, because Justin Herbert needed him in the playoffs. He needed him badly. Or to me, he go to LA Rams. He says either LA team or it's the Bears. Them the only teams he's talking to this all season.
Okay.
So the Rams will be decent. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Keenan Allen. Or you go back with Matt LeConkey, Quentin Johnson, and Keenan Allen, and probably draft another weapon if so. They also need to look at a fucking running back because both of the running backs stay fucking hurt.
Right.
But they also got Blake Corum, so they might be fine there.
Right.
But now we get to GMO, and we're gonna start with you. Your Broncos.
Yeah.
What pick y'all got in the draft?
Let me look it up. Yeah, I think
it's not a lottery pick. We tell you that much. Y'all did good this year, my boy.
Right. All right. Let's see. NFL draft order. No, this is old. Hold on. NFL draft order. 2025. Okay. So we got the 20th pick.
Ain't Pittsburgh right behind y'all? Don't got 21st?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so y'all got the 20th pick in the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a GM, let's say after the season y'all just had, you the GM. Who are you moving, if you move anybody at all? And who are you drafting?
I'm not moving anybody on my defense except Riley Moss. If I can move him, I will move him. I need to draft either a corner. No, hold on. We need a tight end. We do need a tight end.
Tight end for Notre Dame is a dog.
We may get Franklin from Oregon.
Okay.
And then we need a middle linebacker. But we need a corner because Riley Moss is not it. Like whoever's over there is just not it. Yeah, I need somebody to pair it with Pat, and get rolling because we need a tight end. We need a tight end and a receiver first, but we do need a corner as well.
So you and your GM had what calls are you making? What you looking around for? If you could trade out that 20 pick to go get a tight end.
For one, I'm consulting Bo. Hey, look, man, I need you to look at the tape I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. You know, I need you to look at what I'm looking at. Who's a better fit for our offense? You know, together. Because
I got one name for you.
Who?
And you might laugh. I'm telling you, you're going to laugh when I say this name.
Okay, who? Who?
Mark Andrews.
Man, stop playing with me.
No, seriously.
Man, stop it.
He had 2 drops on a whole year. And then the last 2 drops he had was in the game. One of the balls was force fed, and the other one he just plain dropped. He ain't granted, in his whole career, he only dropped 8 passes.
Look. Could we use Mark Andrews? Yes, we could use him, but we still need to draft a tight end.
He can mentor a tight end, but you don't need to draft one in the first round.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying we need a tight end.
You can trade a 2nd round pick for Mark Andrews or a 3rd round pick for Mark Andrews.
This is my team, okay? My team, okay? We can get a Mark Andrews, okay? But we still need a tight end. We still need for one, we might need a bigger receiver. We may need a Cortland Sutton type of receiver because I think Cortland has 1 more year left. We do need a middle linebacker, but we need I'm gonna say a hybrid. We need somebody that can be able to play the middle, but also, stop the run, but also play coverage. But I think we had that.
You talking about like a Fred Warner?
Yeah, we need a Fred Warner type.
I mean, because he's a free agent, so I want to see who's gonna get him.
And then we need to get a defensive lineman. We can get
Okay.
a CJ West or somebody like that. So
So I know you say you need a big receiver, and
Mhm.
I would trade this 20th pick in an instant to get my hands on DK Metcalf to team him up with Cameron Sutton.
DK could work, could work. But can we pay DK? I don't know.
I think I could though.
I don't know. I think we got like a couple million. I forgot like
So
something like that.
so I'm about to break the Steelers down. I'm not resigning Russ, and I'm not resigning Justin Fields.
So you going in a whole new direction,
Yeah,
quarterback.
I'm not resigning. I'm not resigning Najee.
Okay.
I'm trading George Pickens.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with the offense. I'm trading George Pickens for one. George Pickens lazy.
I give you that.
His route run is horrible. The best pro he has is the fact that he can catch in any fucking atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to him. I can get a lot for George Pickens. So that is for sake of argument. That's how I get two. That's how I get 2 seconds for George Pickens, right?
Okay.
All right, cool. Now I'm gonna look at the free agent market. What vet quarterback is available, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. I'm going Ryan Tannehill. I'm drafting Jackson Dart in the second round. My first round pick, I'm going Scatterboo. I'm getting a running back to team up with Jalen Warren.
Okay.
Because one thing about Pittsburgh, they can draft a receiver no matter what round it is. So I'm not worried about a receiver.
Okay. Okay.
Because
So
all the receivers we got been second or farther rounds.
so my question to you is: you draft Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you rolling with. That's who you giving the keys to.
Yes.
Okay.
When college started, I told you from the beginning, I'm very high on Jackson Dart.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, that's
Granted, we talking about ASC North football. I think he fits the bill, right?
mm-hmm.
He's really hard to take down when you give him momentum. Now, do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not. But me being the GM now, what I would do is when my first pick, I'm addressing my O line.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he played left tackle, right tackle from Michigan.
What the
I think his name like Cam something. He damn what?
uh
He played like right tackle, left tackle, some shit like that.
okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
But we need to address our tackle position because it's atrocious.
Okay.
We for the third straight year we get a lineman. Then
Offensive lineman.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So then in the second round, granted we had to trade George Pickens, so we got 3 picks in the second round.
Okay.
For me, I love speed, but I also love size, right?
Right.
I will get a Will Shepherd. Because you got Mike Williams. Mike Williams is still in the contract. He can learn from Mike. Mike is a 50-50 guy. He's a jump ball guy.
Right.
You got I think his name the receiver who drafted from Michigan last year that was out all year. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. Calvin Austin, I think, gonna have a bigger role because he's healthy too. I look at a receiver. Also we'll go corner. I will go the corner. I will go to the corner from Georgia. Now I keep forgetting his damn name.
Well, Malachi Starks is going in the first round. That's the
No.
safety.
I wasn't talking about Malachi. I'm talking about the other corner. They got him listed in the second round. They got him as a second round grade.
Okay, so I forgot his name.
Because you got Joey Porter, you got Corey Trice, you got Beanie Bishop Jr. You need that fourth corner. You need that one you can move in the nickel and move in the nickel and also move around. You need a hybrid. Like you need someone that you can literally just like, hey, this is where you're gonna be at. If Caleb Downs was available, I'd tell Pittsburgh to trade the fuck up and get him.
Yeah, but Mm. What?
Because in this draft, we're gonna see a lot of corners get drafted. Because a lot of corners that's currently played this season is either old as shit or about to retire. So you're gonna see a lot of corners get drafted. Remember, what was it last year, the year before? We seen a lot of D linemen, D
Yeah.
tackles, O linemen get drafted, like a whole lineman draft in a sense. I think this year it's more so of a defensive draft. You'll see some O linemen, of course, the typical quarterbacks, receivers. I think you really see a lot of corners go. That's why I brought up Ryan. That's why I brought up Jordan Clark, because he's a corner. And even though you might not think he's ready, a team might think he is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just my opinion. I think if Jackson Dart is at 20, I think y'all take him at 20 or 21. Which he will be. Um, I think you can get everything else in the later rounds, but I think you need to find a replacement for George Pickens now.
Boy, I got a couple names. I got a couple of them.
So yeah, so you got to find a replacement, a quarterback and a receiver, and then I think
I'll let Najee walk.
I mean that's fine. I understand.
I think Najee be a Carolina Panther.
Nah, because they got Chuba Hubbard.
What that mean?
They paid Chuba Hubbard. He's gonna be the feature back.
Motherfucker, they got Josh Gibbs. They got motherfucking David Montgomery. I mean,
but they're game changers though. They're game changers.
But what I'm saying is, do I think Najee think his value is higher than what it is? Yes, but I can see him in Carolina. I can also see him with Josh Allen and the Bills. I just don't want to see the nigga in the AFC North, to be honest with you.
Hey, he might go to Cincinnati.
Nah, his ass might fuck around and be another Derrick Henry and go to fucking Baltimore. And they had two Derrick Henrys on the same day.
Ooh, two Derricks? That'd be scary as hell.
Boy, I'm telling you, I would not be a Pittsburgh fan. But if I'm Pittsburgh, I would sign and trade him. I will put a transition tag on him.
That'll be scary, dog.
Trade him anywhere but in the AFC North.
He go to Baltimore.
I send his ass to the 49ers before I send his ass somewhere else.
Whew.
But tough. Nick Bosa said he wanted different scenery.
Nick is
a 49er.
I think Nick needs to stay his ass where he's at.
Just imagine if Nick Bosa end up on the Bengals with what's his name? Henderson?
Yeah.
Henderson's already scared by his damn self.
Yeah. But you get Nick, that's just dangerous, bro. And then you could put Henderson on the weak side.
But yeah, because Nick Bosa can get a lot of attention.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But when you think of teams, the teams that's playing right now, right? That's playing, they see the Eagles got two good ass pass rushers, but they also got a stellar fucking D tackles.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs got one premier D tackle, and they got one good edge rusher that I think is prominent, right? Mm-hmm. Someone's still in the up climb. I don't think when I think of the Super Bowl matchup, and we got the Chiefs, we got the Eagles rematch. I don't think the Chiefs beat the Eagles twice.
No, I got my money on the Eagles.
I don't think they have an answer for Saquon.
I don't think they're gonna have an answer for the rushing attack, to be honest.
Because granted, they barely beat the Eagles the first fucking time.
Right.
Jalen Hurts learns from his mistakes. Cool. One, don't go on overtime with Pat Mahomes. But
that's a fact.
But granted, Saquon ain't never had a running back like he got now.
I agree. I definitely agree.
The Eagles was keen in on him the first time because they was able to do a QB spot. They was able to stack the box against Jalen Hurts and make him use his arm. Granted, I think last time they went, he didn't have AJ Brown.
They had AJ Brown. They had the whole squad.
The first time
they had the whole squad except Saquon. Mm-hmm. They had the whole squad except Saquon.
I thought AJ came a year later.
AJ caught a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. No, I think he caught 2.
Because I thought they drafted Devontae Smith and then
Mm-hmm.
got AJ that same offseason.
Well, probably, yeah.
Damn, I didn't think they had AJ Brown. I need to go back and watch that. I did not think they had AJ Brown. But you go get a game changer, you got Saquon.
Yep.
See, my thing with the Eagles was Kelsey left. I think Fletcher Cox left, right? They both retired. The big question was, can they revamp that O line? And boy, did they. The center was
Yeah.
an All Pro. I think the right tackle that replaced Fletcher Cox is an All Pro. The question would be, can the Chiefs defense hold the fuck up?
I think after seeing what they did with Buffalo, they're gonna have to bow up at the right time. But I don't see them. I don't see them doing that versus the Eagles. I don't see it.
The Eagles defense is Georgia Bulldogs.
Right. Pissing
Georgia
me off.
Bulldogs.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it with a passion.
Now, I do have the Eagles winning personally because I hate the Chiefs. My favorite player is Travis Kelce. As much as I want him to win, I want him to lose too because it's like I want Saquon to get a ring. He deserves
Right.
it. When you think of these players that didn't get a ring when they won against Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
And they went back to the Super Bowl and they lost to the Chiefs. A lot of them left. You know, Fletcher Cox could have had 2 rings. Jason Kelce could have had 2 rings.
Yeah.
But you know, shit happens. Big Game Slay, I don't think he was with them. Darius Slay, the corner, I think he was still on the Lions. He wasn't with them when they went to the Super Bowl the first time. He was still with the Lions. He got traded that offseason. If I'm not and I might be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, he was not with the Lions. Now when they played the Chiefs, he was with the Eagles. But when they played Tom Brady and won the Super Bowl, I don't think Darius Slay was there.
Hold on.
Boy, because the Chiefs won the
No,
Super
he
Bowl.
was there. He was there.
Because boy, listen, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, boy, Philly gonna burn that bitch down.
Yeah, I know. They gonna burn Philly up. They gonna burn Philly up, dog.
If they win, all you gonna hear is dreaming nightmares.
all fucking year.
All you gonna hear is, hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought
right until that goddamn shit till next year turns.
But here go the thing though. One thing about prominent teams, you risk a lot of draft capital. You risk a lot to pay these teams for the goal to win the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Once you win the Super Bowl, how do you maintain all these guys?
You don't. You lose them. You lose some of these guys.
If I'm not mistaken, AJ Brown is a free agent, right? After this year.
Let's see. Contract. He signed through. Nope, he signed through 2029.
Okay. Because if next year's Super Bowl is Chiefs and 49ers, I'm starting to think they about to just repeat these motherfuckers at this point. Because Pat ain't played nobody besides the Eagles and the 49ers.
Yeah. I mean, being real, I mean, who's coming out of the I mean, people had Detroit. People had Detroit going to the Super Bowl, but they laid the egg.
Detroit got their ass tapped on.
So that's just what it is, man.
Now, if you watched him, and I said this, and last thing, if you watched him, are you upset?
Hell, what? What? I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Why?
For one, let's just talk about.
I'm talking about overall season. Are you upset?
Oh, you're talking about overall season? Oh,
yeah.
No, absolutely not. I think where I'm talking about is, how we lost to Philly.
Yeah,
getting stomped the way we did. Nah, I'm pissed. But the way the season went, no.
Oh, they coming back. Oh, they coming back.
Yeah, I mean they have nothing to do except go up. I mean they're that good. They're
Zach
that good.
Zach Ertz had an emergence with the Commanders.
Yeah,
Somebody gonna offer.
absolutely.
Somebody one. I don't think the Eagles should let him go because I thought he was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But he had, cause if I'm mistaken, he was on a Super Bowl team too with
Hold
the
on.
Eagles.
I think he was. Let me see.
I said, yeah, I think he was. Cause yeah, Zach Ertz. I think he was the starting tight end on that Eagles team because Nick Foles was the quarterback.
No, he was with Arizona.
When they won the Super Bowl the first time.
When they went to the Super Bowl the first time, he was with Arizona. Because they went in 22
I
and then
swear he
now
got
they
a
in
ring. I swear to
2024.
God, he got a ring.
No. Hold on. When did they win the Super Bowl all together? Like when did they win it? That was now hold on. He might have got a ring with him.
Because that was against Brady.
2017, 28, 20.
I say Zach Ertz got a ring with the Eagles.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. He
Um,
did.
Zach Ertz gonna get it back this off season
Yeah.
because
Well,
the,
shoot.
the,
Well, hold
the
on now.
emergence of Zach Ertz.
He been in the league 11 years. I don't. He'll get a bag, but I don't know.
It's probably gonna be his last like big bag he can get.
It's gonna be the last one.
Yeah, I do think the Commanders probably gonna resign him though. I think he loved Washington.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I would love to stay there too because I'm a vital piece. You know what I'm saying? They're getting me the ball. I don't have to. I'm not fighting to get the ball. You know what I'm saying?
So if you Washington, do you go get another weapon for Jalen Daniels, or do you do something on the defensive side first?
I mean, who do you get? The offense was clicking.
But I'm saying like drafting wise, do you get more O linemen, D linemen, edge, corner,
I think
safety,
I
like
think you need to find a middle linebacker that's going to replace Bobby Wagner.
yeah.
I think you need to find that, and then maybe a corner. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. They were clicking. They were clicking. It wasn't like they were like. Matter of fact, a
No,
corner because
but
Marshawn Lattimore is trash.
yeah, no. So the reason why I say that because you got momentum
Mm-hmm.
and going to the next season, and you want to keep that momentum, and it's all about improvement. It's all about getting better. And
Right.
like, what position do you think they need to be better in? You said corner. So
Yeah. I
I was
mean, that's all I can think of.
because I was thinking of when the trade deadline happened, I was like, oh, they might get J.C. Horn, but they
They
ended up
could have had him. Let me say that they could have had him, but what was you going to give up to have him? You can give up a first round pick.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You were going to give up a first, but they went with the Lattimore with Lattimore, and it just didn't work out. I won't be surprised if Lattimore is not on the team next year.
Yeah, Lattimore probably gonna be on a different team,
Right.
or he might go back to New Orleans.
Possibly, but I mean, he's just not that shutdown corner anymore.
So last thing before we hop off, man, NBA trade deadline is February 6th. Teams down to 3 p.m. Eastern time to finalize trades. For trades to be finalized, of course you got to do physicals. They got to make sure everything is good. There's a lot of names on the market: Jimmy Butler, Rui Hachimura, Walker Kessler, Buddy Hield, Dennis Schroeder. It's a Brandon Ingram. It's a lot. It's a lot of names on the trade deadline. I do see the Lakers not making big moves, but making D move, which they need a center.
Mm-hmm.
Because the two people that's supposed to be a center is fucking hurt, so they need the actual center to pair with AD. I do see Jimmy Butler being a Phoenix Sun, and I do think this trade going to happen. I think it's either going to be on the deadline or before it, which probably going to be before it because I think Jimmy Butler will be a Phoenix Sun. Chris Middleton will be in Miami Heat, and Bradley Beal will be a Milwaukee Buck.
So you're saying Bradley Beal goes to the Bucks and Jimmy goes to the Phoenix Suns?
And Chris Middleton go to the Miami Heat.
3-team trade?
Because you can trade all of them together because the money works. You can just trade them straight up.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I will keep eye on De'Aaron Fox. The Kings is open and trading him. I will also keep an eye on Cam Johnson, which is a to me can play the 2, 3, or 4. He with Brooklyn. Keep eye on him. They talking about the Kings. I know they talking about Dallas. They was also talking about the Warriors. So keep an eye on Cam Johnson also. Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams from Portland. I'll keep an eye on them also to be moved. Everett Simons is kind of up in the air. The point the two-way guard from Portland is kind of up in the air. Do I think he'll be moved? It's kind of hard to tell. His name not really being like moved out there, but we've seen a lot of shit happen when trade deadlines happen.
Right.
Let me see. It's gonna be a lot of centers getting moved around.
Okay.
Brandon Ingram. That's the interesting one. Miami can get him. The Pacers can get him. The Pacers can do a 3-team trade. Do a 3-team trade with the Lakers and Pelicans because the Lakers can get Miles Turner. The Pacers can get Brandon Ingram, and then New Orleans can get whoever else they fucking get. Cause I know New Orleans trying to get rid of CJ. They're trying to get rid of Brandon. They just trying to start over in general.
Right.
Charlotte might be in the market of buying and not selling. It's talks that Charlotte is trying to team up Lonzo and Melo and put them together, get the Ball brothers together. That's gonna be nasty. Melo, talk about Melo. He got snubbed as an all-star starter, averaging 28, 8, and 8.
Ain't it up to the voters, like the fans?
It's like 4 votes. You got fan vote, coaches vote, player vote.
Oh, that sucks.
Melo won the fan vote.
He definitely won the fan vote.
So the Bulls said everybody's available besides their rookie. Everybody can go besides their rookie they just drafted. So we might see Zach LaVine, which the word on the street is Zach LaVine headed to Denver from Michael Porter Jr. That's gonna be nasty work.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
wait to see that.
Charlotte going to get Lonzo. I believe Charlotte get their hands on Lonzo. If the Lakers don't get him back, I think Charlotte get their hands on Lonzo. Team Lonzo and Melo together. That will move Melo to the 2, which Melo is more of a scorer anyway. Vooch is kind of the center. Vucevic is kind of tricky because if the Lakers get Miles Turner, the question is where do Vooch go?
Right.
If Vooch leave anywhere, I don't think he leaves. I think he leaves in the offseason. I don't think he leaves through the trade deadline because I don't think I let the Warriors, because that's the only team I could think of if the Lakers get Miles Turner. If the Lakers don't get Miles Turner, now we'll go to Vooch. But right now, I think the Lakers gonna end up with Miles Turner. I don't know what Boston gonna do. Boston been in a tailspin. Phoenix. The Spurs. If I'm the Spurs, I am calling Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. I'll put CPO crippled ass on the bench. De'Aaron Fox and Wemby will be one hell of a duo.
Yeah, it will be.
You got Stephen Cassell, which played for UConn last year. He can either be your 6-man or he can run your 2. He's a long, lanky defending guard that can get his own shot. The Timberwolves, I think the Timberwolves traded the wrong person.
Who you think they should have traded?
Rudy Gobert. They traded Anthony Carl Towns, and he's in New York averaging 30.
Yeah, he dominating. I've watched some of his games. He's been dominating.
He's an MVP candidate, averaging 30. They traded the wrong person. Everybody kept saying, move, Carl, move. No, you dumb bitch. No. You move Rudy. Rudy is you can't play him in the fourth quarter. So what's the point of having him?
Right.
I'm sending guys back to Utah.
I ain't mess with you, man.
You got Ant. They need now. I would look at a Vooch at this point if I'm Minnesota, because Julius Randle is not a 5. He's a 4.
Correct.
Maybe a 3, but he's a 4. He's not a 5. Unless you want to go small ball, then yes, I can see a small ball 5, but he's a 4. So Vooch, Valanciunas from the Wizards, the center from the Wizards, might make sense in that sense. But if I'm Minnesota, I'm moving Rudy Gobert. I'm moving him. He's too liable. You need to get some dogs over there with Ant. The Wizards, Kyle Kuzma's available. If I'm certain teams, I would look into Jordan Poole. He having one hell of a year. He having a breakout year. But my team, I'm kind of worried about right now. It's the Celtics. The Celtics right now is on this like downward spiral because they just got BTA by the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
The Lakers beat the brakes off of them. Right now, everybody's saying it's the ego thing because Jaylen Brown didn't get a Olympic invite, but Jason Tatum did. But then Jason Tatum kept getting DNPs. Jaylen Brown didn't get invited at all. They think they clashing and stuff. Depends on how the season go. I'm still standing on this. Even though they want to run together, you're gonna have to move one of them. And I think the realistic one would be Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
I think Jaylen Brown is the better player. But
well, I mean, you got to wait and see with that because when you have such a great dynamic duo that start to clash, I mean, you got to figure out which one's the better fit for you moving forward. Who's going to be the face of your franchise?
No, what I'm saying is they're going to keep Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum got more.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying.
But for me, the better player is Jaylen Brown. Big moments, Jason Tatum shrink. Jaylen Brown got up. Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP, Eastern Conference MVP. He also won. He was also in the running for actual MVP.
I mean, I agree with you. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like,
because my friend, he a Celtics fan, and I told him, I said, think about it. The times before they won this championship, the times they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? And even the time even when they went to the finals and they lost to the Warriors, Jaylen Brown was hurt. He didn't play.
Right.
Y'all won and had the best record with Jaylen Brown being fully healthy. Jason Tatum, the guy, which I think it's like 1A, 1B, because you can flip it. No matter how you turn it, they both will be ones. But question is, I don't think they're going to last that long. It reminds me of a Penny Shaq situation.
Right. Okay.
Like, the difference is Jaylen Brown just Tatum won together. Penny and Shaq didn't win.
Right.
But I do think Jaylen Brown will be out of Boston. Not this year, but I think he'll be gone soon.
I can see it, brother. I can see that.
College basketball kicked off. March Madness is a month and some change away. Gonna be up. You got Duke, Arizona, Gonzaga. You got all these premier teams.
We'll jump on all that.
Yeah. So like, follow, share, subscribe, click notification bell if you haven't. If you new, thank you for joining. If you old, thank you for returning. Coach, anything you want to say to these people?
Hey, man, appreciate y'all. Love one another, man. Stay safe out here in these streets. And keep tuning in, man. We'll keep bringing y'all this fire content.
Peace, love, and applesauce.